Hello and welcome to Raptor, Call of the Shadows. So this is another game from my childhood, which I used to play quite a bit, or at least it felt like quite a bit. Didn't actually have this game myself. I had to go to a friend's place, and the friend only had the shareware version as well. That didn't matter much though, since neither of us were very good at this game. This game is actually pretty difficult, I think. So let's see how the adult bozo does in Raptor. I could take a veteran here, but since I did already say that the game is quite difficult, let's just take rookie difficulty here. And let's see, supply room we have 10,000. Currency, we cannot afford much. Let's just fly a mission here. Go to the Bravo sector. Wave 1. So this is a very simple game. The graphics are pretty good for their time. Gameplay is still fine. Something you can play, turn your brain off. Back then, of course, when I only had like a Nintendo entertainment system and a couple of games for that, a game like this on the PC was quite exciting. So I'm basically just holding down the control button. Don't think there's a... well, I don't actually know if there's a benefit from not holding down the attack button here. The music of the game is pretty nice as well. And obviously, as in most games, the first level is quite easy, but the game does get a lot more difficult later on. There's our first new weapon. I think the main thing that makes this game difficult is that you just don't have much reaction time. Partly due to the low resolution of the game, actually. So the enemies come from the top. And if they're fast enemies, then you really don't have much time to react. And also, if their projectiles are fast, then, well, all the worse for you. So kill as many enemies as you can, collect currency, collect power-ups, and avoid taking damage in the process. That's how you play this game. I did play this game a little bit as an adult as well. I have this from GOG.com. It actually makes for a decent game for the Steam Deck. But even so, I've never come anywhere close to completing the game. I might eventually attempt to get through the whole game. But for now, let's just play casually. Let's collect the monies. Okay. Still in the first level of the game, but we're starting to see tougher enemies already, and here's the boss. Pretty easy to kill this first boss. There we go. Now, how much money do we have now? 54,000. Let's take a look here. So energy modules are health. Don't really need that at the moment. Ion scanner. We'll search the surrounding area for engine emissions from larger craft. Once detected, it will lock on and a damage indicator for that ship will appear. Okay, so that's pretty cheap. Don't think we need it though. Mega bombs. I suspect in order to play this game efficiently you should be using these things and, well, buying them. But I don't want to buy one just now. Then we have some weaponry, which we can't afford just yet. I think we will just save our money, though we could sell as well. We could sell these air-to-air missiles that we picked up, but let's keep them for now. Just fly another mission in the Bravo sector, Wave 2. Get some new music as well. So it's kind of difficult to deal with enemies that get too far past you if you're equipped with weaponry like this. Can't really get in front of them because you'll take damage. So the faster an enemy is, generally that's more difficult for you. There I go, taking damage. So I do generally like this sort of gameplay. Don't actually know. There probably are quite a few newer games that play similarly. I haven't really played any of them. But I might be interested in checking those out. If anyone's watching this and knows of a good, more modern game like this, let me know. Okay, can I actually press S? No. Okay, I was going to turn down the effects a little bit. Since I am shooting all the time, maybe that gets a little bit... Maybe that's a little bit too much after a while. So as the enemies get tougher, so will you, as long as you can actually get money and not have to spend all of it on repairs. You will also find new weaponry in the levels themselves, as we've already seen. So back then at this same friend's place, I used to play Doom, this game, and Wacky Wheels, all of which were, I think, shareware versions of the games, but that didn't matter to a little kid. Didn't really have... Well, obviously we didn't really have as much of a choice in the games we played back then. And quite a few of them were really simplistic. Well, this one is simplistic as well, but this was far more advanced than something on the Nintendo. At least most of those games. Okay, the second boss has been dealt with. Another successful mission. So early on, yes, this game is not that difficult, especially on this difficulty level. Let's actually save our progress. Now, how much money do we have? Alright, can we afford anything good here? Plasma cannon, okay. The muzzle of Dearborn Industries Firestorm is one of the most feared additions to any pilot's arsenal. Its only disability is that it was not designed for ground target acquisition. Alright, I think we will buy that. Yeah, we can easily afford it. Let's take a look at the other options though. Air-to-ground missiles are available. Dumbfire missiles. Okay, these are good if I remember correctly. We can't quite afford them unless we sell our current missiles. Let's just get the plasma cannon, I think. Buy item. How are we on health. 82. That's fine. Alright, next level. Or wave. Oh yeah, I was going to turn down the effects, which I forgot about. Well, if they're too loud, then my apologies. So this is like the perfect game for a small boy of, I don't know, 5 to 10 years old, at least back in the 90s. And seemingly that small boy still lives inside of me, since I am kind of enjoying this. Wouldn't be playing it if I didn't find enjoyment in it, of course. And even on this difficulty level, even when it's going quite well, I do need to like focus on the game. Which is a good thing. Well, I say that until I die horribly. Another game which is similar to this is Tyrian 2000, I think it is. So I have that game, I never actually played it much, especially, well, I never played it as a child. I might check that out at some point. I did play like 5 minutes of it as an adult. Game is getting more difficult, by the way. Makes sense as we are making progress. Getting a weapon that can shoot in other directions as just forward would be nice. Okay, we are meeting these ground turrets now. There's really not much time to pick up the loot you get. Unless you're 100% focused. Also, I don't actually know what the frame rate of the game is. I don't know if it's even 60. And I am playing this on a keyboard. Back then, we did have access to a joystick, but you needed to calibrate it every single time you started the game. And for small children, that was actually quite the task. Especially since we didn't understand English. So we needed to ask my friend's dad to help us out with that. And even so, we didn't always manage to get it calibrated correctly for whatever reason. Okay, here's the boss. And now that I remember, let's turn down the effects volume. A little bit at least. Let's go down to 8. Yeah, sure. Let's try that. Did I actually... No. Return game. I was actually worried there for a second that the game locked us out of our progress. Okay, so maybe we need to buy some health now. Well, need is a strong word, but perhaps we should. Let's buy one energy module here. And I don't think we'll be buying anything else, not just yet. I would like to get this auto-track minigun, but obviously we don't have the cash. Let's save our progress and fly another mission. Okay, seems like there's a new music track for every single wave. That's nice. Do like the music so far. Well, it wasn't a long music track. Makes sense for a game of that era. Not much space to work with. So every single wave seems to introduce at least a couple of new enemy types. And not even on this difficulty can I hope to destroy everything that we encounter. It's probably like possible if you really know the game well. These trains are kind of difficult to deal with as well. You do get a little forewarning about the enemy placement in the form of the shadows. Okay, there's a bomb. So if I really wanted to kill everything, I would also risk taking damage myself. So it's probably not worth it to even try. Okay, now I need to dodge quite a bit. So yeah, on a harder difficulty, which I have tried briefly. Can't really get that far. Or I can't. Not without extensive practice, at least. Oh, that enemy nearly strafed into me. Right, here is the boss. Well, that was easy. Alright, let's save again. So maybe on this difficulty level I would actually be able to complete the game, but I don't think I'd want to risk that without safe scumming being an option. Face shield. Not sure if I've ever used this item. It's probably... yeah, this seems good. But is it one-time use only? It seems to be one-time use only. We have nearly, well, over 200,000 that is, in credits. Could get dumbfire missiles now, or micro missiles. So some of these weapons are selectable and some of them are always equipped. We could get the micro missiles now. Their size and weight may not make them extremely effective versus either ground or air targets, but they make up for this with their fast firing rate. Alright, let's get those. Buy item. Fly mission. DPS has definitely gone up. But we can still only shoot straight forward. For now. Should remember to use that bomb at some point. No point hoarding it. So yeah, back in the 90s, games didn't really fool around with their difficulty levels. Even this difficulty level is quite difficult. I think this game's gameplay still works just fine, even for the 2020s. I am biased, of course, since I used to play this back in the day. Playing the game windowed, since it was quite difficult to get the game capture working full screened. It would have been possible, I suppose, but it was just too much effort. Whoops. Well, we are still doing fine health-wise. Taking a little bit of damage is acceptable. Alright, hidden boss. But since we are holding down control, not so hidden. There we are. How much money do we have? How about health? Okay, let's buy some more health or energy. It's also safe pilot. Bravo sector, wave 6. Alright, so those will explode, I think. Need to avoid them. Can't destroy them with our weaponry. Okay, is that dumbfire missiles? Let's check in a moment. Actually taking a lot of damage here. Might even die. That's why we saved. Ouch. So a game I faintly remember on the Amiga 500, which is, I think, if I remember correctly, that is somewhat similar to this one, is Suicide Mission. That one I also had, and there we go, dying. No! Well, that is why we saved. Rest in peace. Or pieces, however you prefer. Brutal. Alright. Let's load this save. There we are. Let's once again check if we should buy something. I forgot to use the mega bombs. I suppose I should be using them. Just see if we can do this now without buying anything new, that is. Okay, so let's check. So spacebar releases a mega bomb. Right, yes, I am done. So let's focus a little bit on the game itself instead of my blathering, yibber-yabbering. But yes, like I said, this game is not easy. Right, so... Was it left alt which switches weapons? Or was it right alt? Let's check in a moment. Okay, so alt key cycles through your special weapons. Right, there we are. I think these are ground missiles. Yeah, they seem to be. And it does seem like the key to press is the right alt, not the left alt. Also accidentally used a bomb there, but whatever. That's fine. So bombs seem to have quite a high or long range, even off screen. I suppose we could keep using these ground missiles for now. Though for this enemy we should be using the other ones. Oh. It seems we do have the dumbfire missiles as well. We actually have 3 different missile weapons available. Alright. Let's keep using the dumbfires. Those will hit both air and ground targets. Another bomb. And that was just some currency. Well, I shouldn't say just, since currency is quite useful. We live under capitalism after all. More money, more better, or something. The more money, the better. The bigger the number in your bank account or investment portfolio, the better. Here's the boss. Let's try not to die. Cutting it very close, and I did die, okay. Well, let's try that for a 3rd time. Okay, load mission. Yes, you might be starting to understand why I said the game is difficult. Like, I'm not a great player, obviously, but still. I suppose I could have used a bomb against the boss there, and I probably should have. Let's try to focus on the gameplay. Don't want another shameful display. At least we're making progress despite dying. Got further than last time. But yes, I do need to remember that I actually do have access to bombs. Really shouldn't be hoarding them. Like they were magic potions or something in an RPG. I think in most RPGs you get more than enough consumables, even if you use them quite liberally. Unless the difficulty level like prohibits you from getting more of them. So in something like Baldur's Gate, you should really use the consumables that you are offered instead of hoarding them. There's really not much benefit to doing that. Obviously you can beat basically any game usually, even when you don't use the consumables, but why make it difficult for yourself? Well, obviously there might come a time in the future where using those consumables would be better. But if it's going to take you a long time to get there, then you really shouldn't be doing that. Game design just like usually makes sure that you get enough. Let's use a bomb here. There we are. Alright, made it through that finally. Third time's the charm. Let us save again. Let's buy some energy. And can we afford a better weapon now? Yes, we can, because we can sell some stuff at least. Let's sell. So let's sell the air-to-air missiles at least. Let's also sell the air-to-ground missiles. Keep the dumbfire missiles. There we are. Over 300,000 credits. Now what can we afford? Auto-track minigun. Seems good. Power disruptor selectable. The disruptor punches through enemy shields, sending an energy pulse into the ship, overloading its weapon systems and causing temporary shutdown. However, only some ships are affected. Alright, that seems too difficult for my puny brain to use effectively. Laser turret. Okay, can't possibly hope to afford that. We can afford the auto-track minigun though, which is selectable. Does that mean that we can't use the missiles? I think so. Yes, that does mean that. Well, anyway, let's buy that. Let's also keep the missiles for now. Next wave. Wave 7. So now I have the minigun selected. And this weapon can actually shoot at targets that are not positioned straight in front of us, which comes quite in handy. And it seems that it only shoots at enemies as well, which is fine. So it's not going to shoot at these ground targets which pose no threat. Going quite smoothly with this weapon. So far at least. And as I say that, I take damage, of course, as you do. And this time there was only one train in short succession. I was anticipating for the second train to come sooner. Dang. Alright, seems we are maybe, well, obviously we're getting nearer to the boss. I thought that that might have been the boss coming up already, but nope. It's really difficult to avoid taking damage all the time. Here's the boss. Okay, did not need to use a bomb. We actually have 5 of them now. Let's get some energy back. Nearly 100. I don't think... well, I guess we could get the ion scanner. Why not? Why the hell not? Right, let's save the pilots. Next wave. Wave 8. Don't know how many waves per sector there are. I would imagine that it's at least not over 10. But you never know. Game is ramping up in difficulty all the time. There we are. Mini boss dealt with. Okay, let's use a bomb, even though actually I did pass all the difficult enemies there already before the bomb was able to go off. But we have plenty of them. I remember thinking that it was so cool that you could blow these structures up and destroy them. Okay, there we are, made it through that. Did take quite a bit of damage, but we're still alive, and that's the important thing. There we are. Now, should we save for some more... or save some more money, that is? Probably. Can't really buy anything. Once again, let's save. Final wave. Why can I not pronounce that? Well, here we are. I think this is wave 9. Let's see if we can get through this on the first try. Ouch. It's going well enough so far. Obviously that might not mean much. It just takes a few seconds to die if you screw up. But we are back to full health. One mini boss dealt with. How rude of the game to mix up these similar looking enemies, which have different patterns for their weaponry. Down to half health. Okay, let's use a bomb. Wasn't the best time to use it, but there we go. Okay, might be dying. Dang. Dang. Okay, let's try that again. There we are. Final wave, try 2. It's actually quite difficult to time using the bombs effectively, as we've found out. I I guess I should have used one against the boss there. I mean, definitely should have. Especially since we have so many of them. So yeah, I think I would quite enjoy a modern version of a game like this. Need to check what kind of options are available. A little calm before the storm there. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Okay, I'll just go ahead and use a bomb preemptively. I feel like the frame rate is something around 30, which I think makes it a bit more difficult to actually dodge in this game. That's just a feeling, however. Can't say for sure without finding out, googling it. Okay, let's use another bomb. 4 bombs left. Down to 1/3 health. I'll go ahead and use another bomb here. It's a pretty difficult spot we're in. Okay, here is the boss. Let's use a bomb. Die, please. No! Damn it. So close. So close. Maybe I should use 2 bombs instead of 1. Alright, let's try that one more time. We can do it. We can do it. This would probably be pretty agonizing on a more difficult difficulty level. Like, I don't think this game is anywhere near the upper echelons of difficult games, but this is pretty difficult. Like, I've never really played... Well, I have played some of the games that have a reputation of being extremely difficult on the Nintendo. Like, I think there are some pretty unfair games on that console. But I never felt the need to really get into those. Just the mere fact that you can actually save between missions in this game makes it easier. And that there are difficulty levels available. I used to play a little bit of Ninja Gaiden as a kid, and obviously I didn't get very far. Maybe like a couple of levels in or something. I think that's one of the more difficult games. Also had a Gremlins 2 or whatever that game was called, based on the movie. That was pretty difficult as well. Did get semi-far in that, I think. I think I actually saw Gremlins 2 before I saw Gremlins 1 back in the day. My uncle showed it to me on VHS. Still remember that. But maybe I should actually focus on the game. Let's use a bomb. Let's use a bomb. Die, please. There we go. Third time's the charm. And we actually get a little video. Oil rigs on fire. Well, that was short. Never mind. There's more. Not much more though, it seems. You look back to watch the ruins of Litus Petroleum's rig fade into the smoke-filled distance. With this, not only have you left your mark, but also paved the way for things to come. Your thoughts drift to the missions ahead, where greater odds offer greater rewards. Fate has offered you a path to glory. The rest is up to you. Barely enough time to actually read all of that. But there we are. I think that's enough for Raptor, Call of the Shadows. Pretty fun game, pretty difficult game as well. Probably wouldn't be playing this if I hadn't played it back in the day. Wouldn't really feel the need to even try, but you can get this on GOG.com if you care. Thanks for watching. Next time we will be doing something else. See you then.